Quiz. Last night we gathered as friends far and wide to share all the banter as we curry inside from that dreaded disease that affects every nation and leaves us with doubt and not our usual elation. From corners of the globe and hours apart, we gathered as one both in mind and in heart. The years may have passed and the hairlines receded, but those hours together were the tonic we needed. Pulled together by Mike from the Weems, we pitted our wits in our own little teams. Blessed with the Kiwis from the land of afar, we signed on to Zoom, our digital bar. From Montreal we had our king of the skies. He may be remote, but he's still got the ties. The rest of us remain in sunny old Blighty, still struggling through this challenged society. But the laughs and the memories were the perfect tonic to take us away from a time that is chronic. So Mike started off with compliance and rules, yellows and reds for those who'd be fools. A nice easy starter for 10 we expected, but our thoughts of a stroll would soon be rejected. A gallery of images came up on our screens from celebs and the famous when once they were teens. The mood seemed to fall as we searched for our hero, but a fear of round one that our score may be zero. Some glimmer of hope, some look at a loss, some recognise Julia, the Pope and the boss. The round finally ends as we let out a few, and the leaders on the course had no more than a 2. Next was our Neil with his breathtaking view to test us on geography and the things that we knew, from Peruvian coke to the airports he dismiss, and not forgetting the lad doing a piss. A better round for one and all, we're all still seated with our eye on the ball. Next was Rhiannon, who brought us the sounds and gave to us one of the finest of rounds. Song title classics, some were right, some were wrong, from the tub thumping beats to All Danny's song. Fingers were tapping and minds drifting back. All those melodies, how my brain it did rack. Was it Loveful or TikTok or some Coldplay tune? The round finally ends. Now let's see how we're doing. Some falling behind, but no obvious leader. But the Griffiths exclaims how he hates the La Vida. A yellow card must be on its way, but the ref doesn't notice, and on we must play. The next came our rab with a Scottish selection, from Midge to the Islands in our drams of perfection. An easier round to steady the ship, and our curler supreme pours an Easter dawn nip. Next came our Dav with his musical words. He shares once a week with us lads and the birds. He's made them less hard, but his own interpretation, the hopes in our heart, turned to mild desperation. Sounds from the Hawkwood, Duran and the James. I remember the tunes, but what are the names? He then sings them out in a dodgy falsetto. Now let's find out what is wrong or correcto. We now break away for a call of relief, and Mike tries again to find our ain, Ian Leith. The second half beckons as tankards are filled, red wines and beers and whiskey so chilled. Ice was the choice except for our Neil. I found me a stone in the garden, he squealed, asking the expert, the guru our Ian, who couldn't believe the sight he was seeing. Now the stones should be genuine, cut from the aisles, and no just picked up from your own garden piles of rubble and pebbles that lie by the waste. Our Neil exclaimed, that's the reason they taste all gritty and warm like the old Truwyn pool soup. Now back to the quiz with our old Truwyn troop. Campbell was next with his back to the past, to the prime of our life. It will sure be a blast. From our school hooses and teachers like old Papa Hardy to the hind made of wood that was so far from tardy. These golden reflections of taxis and pools brought the brightest of smiles to this small band of fools as we remembered the days we met as good friends with a bond we will hold till our last chapter ends. Now Murray was the master with this home-based thing, was as slick as the past when he played in the wing. I'll forgive him his allegiance to the boys decked in blue, but a pie is the only good thing there, that's true. Now the sportsmaster Ferg steps up to the plate with memories of Gowf and legends so great, a mixture of fitty, the rugby and others, surely a breeze for this band of old brothers. But postage stamp aces in Tom Weiskopf fashion, and world number one sent most of us crashing. But the visions they brought made us heartedly agree there wasn't much better than 73. Then, like the finest of albums, an additional track, our Welsh wizard Andy would now take us back to a time when they lived in castles and caves and the Roberts were Bruces or builders or braves. Multiple answers with the humorous choices. His wit was a great end and strengthened our voices to then share our stories of the past and ahead, to brighten this world that can leave us with dread. Be it Craigie's golfing adventures in the land of the West, or our next virtual quiz and our memory test. Our Martin sat comfy in the land made of granite on his posh leather couch, just sipping his claret, joining us all in our great reminiscing and thinking of all the good pals that were missing. I thank you all with my head and my heart, but our friendship lives on despite oceans apart. So let's meet again, as Lizzie was saying, and our next virtual pub quiz we soon will be playing. Good evening.